All right, Nick here, Gadget Inspector, and everyone's getting really excited about the Galaxy Unpacked event next week, and particularly the release of the Galaxy Z Fold 7. But there's one huge problem that nobody seems to be noticing. Let's talk about it. All right, so the Galaxy Z Fold 7 is set to release, and every new rumor that comes out, this phone keeps getting better and better. But that actually presents a huge problem, and we will talk about that toward the end of the video. But let's start with why everyone's getting excited in the first place. Let's go to GSM Arena and look at the spec package that we're going to be getting this year. Okay, so we have now the Galaxy Z Fold 7, and one of the biggest things that we're getting this year is going to be the increase in size. This was one of the most controversial things about the Fold series. You kind of had two camps when it came to the Galaxy Z Fold. And those who loved the narrow cover screen, and because it gave you one-handed use, and those who felt like it was a ripoff, just give us a full front cover screen. I want a phone and a tablet when I want it. So it looks like Samsung has finally caved to the latter group and is giving us a full front screen experience, a full phone experience on the front screen, as well as the tablet experience inside. And I think this is the right move. Even though I was one of the people who said I actually like the narrower outer cover screen for the one-handed use, you're not losing me by adding that screen real estate. Nor do I think Samsung's going to lose any customer over making that wider. I do think by making it wider, they are adding a customer base that felt like the phone was unusable before because of the narrow cover screen. Okay, so what else do we have here? We finally have the 200 megapixel camera. This is probably the thing that I am most excited about as a small content creator. I could never understand why they didn't put at least the 200 megapixel in here with all of the other things that the Fold brings that makes it a really good content creator machine. Finally getting this is amazing. Now here on GSM, we have, it looks like a 12 gigabyte of RAM option. Now there have been some leaks, and they are just leaks and rumors, and I count everything honestly on this page as a leak or a rumor until Samsung officially puts the specs out, that this phone's going to come with 16 gigabytes of RAM. Hallelujah. I mean, this would be kind of unprecedented. This phone's going to launch with things that the Samsung S25 Ultra doesn't have. We're going to have more RAM, potentially. We are going to have the 200 megapixel camera. We're going to have the full outer and a much larger inner screen at 8.2 inches instead of 7.6. Powerhouse. But then what's the problem? What is the issue that I'm talking about here in this video? The whole reason you clicked. And that is the statement that Samsung put out, I want to say 5-6 months ago. They said that they're going to be reducing the foldable manufacturing by 39%. I think that this is a perfect storm brewing, because you're going to have people now who have been holding on to their Fold 3, Fold 4, and Fold 5s that are going to be willing to upgrade because this represents a significant change in the Fold series. You're going to have people who have never been a foldable fan before look at this phone and say, you know what, this time it might be worth it. This is the phone that might actually bring foldables mainstream. So what's the problem with that? I think if you don't pre-order, you could find yourself in a back order hole. I really think that this phone's going to sell well. I think that this is one of the few times that I will tell you that you probably really need to actually pre-order this phone. I myself have already registered, and I think if you register now, you will get like a $50 deal toward any other Galaxy ecosystem device. And I think that the people who don't pre-order this time may find themselves trying to hunt this phone down on eBay at a scalper's price, at least for some significant amount of time. And with that being said, I think the perfect example to use for this phone and what the sales are going to be like is not necessarily looking at the Galaxy Z Fold 6, but looking at the Galaxy Z Fold 6 Special Edition. I remember trying to get my hands on that phone here in the States, and then I saw prices from scalpers as high as $3,500. Now, granted, that phone was not released in the United States, so it'll be a little bit different. But I will say, I'm just putting that warning out there. I'm putting the PSA out there. If the Fold 7 is delivering on all of these rumors and speculations, you can bet that it's going to be really tough to get your hands on a copy if you don't pre-order. That's just my 2 cents. Do you think I'm out of my mind? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think nobody's really interested in this phone at this point? Like and let me know what you think in the comment section. Till the next time, peace out.